That's a great question. Something, this stuff is very real. AI is going to change the world, just like over very long periods of time, self-driving cars will probably, change the world. But I think in 2015 we started talking about self-driving cars. I now know in San Francisco on very small routes you can take a self-driving car. AI it's going to be as big as the mobile revolution. It will be as big as the internet revolution in '99, but it's going to take a lot longer than people think. And a lot of the incumbents are going to, incumbent companies are going to benefit a lot from it. But what's happening in the markets right now is almost unprecedented. Like if you look at how much market cap relative to the S&P that like a Microsoft or Nvidia or a Google or these 5 or 6 companies have is unprecedented. The valuation gap between these like largest companies and the rest of the small companies is at a level where it hasn't ever been or been for a very long time. That will probably not work out very well in the end. It's probably a bubble in that regard. But I think AI over the long term is a very real thing.
It's hard to talk about AI and not go down a whole bunny hole talking about Nvidia. But to me, it stands out that even though we can see these incredible revenues now, it's hard to imagine that they'll continue forever and ever, that no other competitor is going to come into this space, that no other company will come up with some sort of AI contender for chips. How do you think about the journey here in terms of product cycles?
That's probably a very smart observation and how it will continue over time. Right now, NVIDIA has a lead. They've had it for a while, but you should expect that margins on these chips will fall just like they did in the PC industry over the last 25 years, 30 years.
Really interesting you said PC industry, because every company in the world has a PC now, or a MacBook or whatever, has a computer. Every single company that's worth its salt has an email, it has internet, has mobile phones for its employees, etc., etc. That is a cost. And it is an amazing productivity enhancement for all those companies. It has boosted margin, it has boosted productivity, has boosted profit as well. But it's intangible compared with the tangibility of the profits over at NVIDIA coming from AI and these products and these chips and what have you. How do we differentiate between the intangibility of the gains that are going to be made from AI and the tangibility that's going to be made for the gains from AI? Because the fact of the matter is, some companies you can say, okay, AI, brilliant, I'll buy that one. Most companies, you're not going to be able to taste it and break it out.
For the guys providing the services, Microsoft, Google, Nvidia, that's where all the profits are right now are flowing into AI. You're seeing it in the numbers. Now, companies like OpenAI are obviously directly as well, and Anthropic and some of these other things. A lot of it is going to come in profit margin gains. Companies can do more with less. Salesforce productivity. You can run call centers. Delta Airlines or British Airways will be able to run a call center with. Now there's 20,000 people in the British Airways call center, and you sit on the phone for 30 minutes, or probably an hour, if it's like Delta, and try to get customer service. Well, they shouldn't take that long to do it, and 95% of the questions, or some very high percent of the questions, should end up being able to be answered by a human, by a computer that sounds like a human. That is going to, I think it's going to lead to increased profit margins for these companies, although I think it's going to take a long period of time. Yeah. When you can get on the phone and instantaneously get somebody at BA, on the phone, you know that companies are using, AI. It's just going to take a long time.
So that's the point. So, but it's not. You can't say, oh, BA are doing this, Delta's doing it, whoever's doing it necessarily. Ergo, they've got AI. I should buy it necessarily. You need to see it in the profits. And as Karen said, it's a cost originally for a lot of these companies. Eventually, it will hit the profit. Where are you being pitched most at the moment, and where are you most excited in this whole area? I mean, because we just use this generic term AI or semiconductors or whatever it be, Internet of Things. But where's the best pitches, and where are you most excited at the moment?
We're finding a lot of opportunities from traditional software companies, vertical application software companies, in terms of actually embedding AI or playing with AI, playing with these models inside traditional companies. Can you make salespeople more efficient in an organization? We have a business that does software for healthcare hospital systems, and it allows hospital systems to very easily communicate with their patients in the United States. That system has a chatbot system. There are questions that OpenAI or other AI products can answer in more effective ways. So you don't need to have 100 people answering the questions. You can have 50 people answering the questions. and it's just starting. It's in the very early innings of it. You still need the people, but you can see a pathway over the next few years where the number of people may go from 100 people answering the questions to 70 people. It's not going to 5 people anytime soon. It might over the next 25 years, but it's going to take a lot.
Yeah.
Technological changes tend to take longer than people originally think to happen, but when they happen, they're like, seismic shifts. You just look at like cell phone technology adoption, or and if you want to see what happens to margins, in 2000 or 1999, there were these PC magazines like PC Magazine and Computer Shopper. There were thousands of different PC manufacturers. Today, what is there? 5?
Yeah.
And the same thing will happen in AI.
I want to